my big break came, I did a movie called True Romance, which was a Zimmer project. But I did a bunch of cues in it, and one of my cues, one of the scenes, really got the attention of a director named Jan de Bont. And Jan was a cinematographer who had done Basic Instinct. Basic Instinct, which is a phenomenal Jerry Goldsmith score, like real music, real scoring, real film score. He had been the cinematographer on that, and he loved my work, and he came and met with me and asked me to do this little movie he had going, which was Speed. It was a $30 million picture, I believe. And,
little movie.
And I did it, and I loved it. I had a blast. I knew what I wanted to do. I went out, and I got samples of metallic sounds, bus scraping hubcaps, everything I could find, which was a brand new idea. I've heard this idea used by many composers nowadays where they say, oh yes, I used all these hubcaps. At the time I did it, there weren't sample libraries. You couldn't buy these sounds. You go and do them yourself, and you get them.
So you get a microphone, and you're like hitting stuff.
I had a friend of mine who was really good at that. And I said, I want any sound associated with bus, metal, tires, rubber, screeching, everything I could find. He put that library together for me. Then I went and talked to Alan Holdsworth, who's a phenomenal electric guitar player.
Yeah, that's one of my heroes, yeah.
Greatest. I went and talked to him and I said, would you be willing to do some sounds and riffs and atmospheres for me? Which he did. And I took all those elements and then I wrote a theme and I got orchestra and I replaced all my percussion with all these bus sounds. All the orchestral percussion was replaced with metallic percussion sounds. All of the wires, there's a lot of cables and wires in the elevator sequence. There's wires. Alan Holdsworth did that. And then I took all those elements and put it together with an orchestra.
Wow, now you really have worked with all my favorite guitarists.
Yeah, well, he was amazing. Yeah. But what's funny about that movie is that it created a style, melodic orchestra with metallic action percussion and electric guitar, but not like we think of electric guitar. Alan Holdsworth doesn't play guitar like anybody. So those elements became a thing, and a lot of people during the 90s wanted that thing over and over and over again.
Which is good for you.
Well, it was, in a way it was good for me because they asked me to do Bad Boys, Michael Bay's first film, and they wanted the same score.
Yeah.
But after that I was like, I'm done with this idea, you know? There's no bus in Bad Boys, you know? Why do I have metallic percussion going on? And then people picked it up and started doing it. It just became this thing that was so overdone and overcopied. And even this movie called Airplane that was great. It was a really funny parody movie. They parodied Speed in that movie, the score, which was great. As soon as they went to a bus sequence, they played like my type of thing I did in Speed. So anyway, I mean, that was a really fun, really exciting, really successful time. But it was, for me, it was like, okay, that was a 2-year great thing. Now I want to go do something else. And that's not really smiled upon in Hollywood. They don't like that. You know, when Jim Carrey doesn't want to be funny, it was Mark Mancina doesn't want to be the action guy anymore. It wasn't, you know, obviously not on the level of Jim Carrey, but it was that kind of my agents are like, oh, well, that's unfortunate.